In today's MLB recap, we have one of the shortest non-inside-the-park home runs in MLB history. StatCast even said that it should have been a home run in 0 out of 30 ballparks, so how did it leave? The A's have another rookie freak, only this time it's not a positional player. Luis Morales can paint 99, and he has a frisbee sweeper, which is a big reason why he has a 1.5 ERA so far. No, we have multiple players being carted off the field yesterday, and key players as well, so my prayers go out to them. Bichette, more like blank check Bichette. He had another clutch swing, and he might become the first shortstop since 2019 to have 50 doubles in one season. The Brewers, they were not happy with a swing not being called a swing, and the Marlins manager, he was fired up as well over a quick ejection, an ejection after 5 pitches. Juan Soto, he's about to do something for the first time since Chipper Jones, and before that, it was Barry Bonds. And we have some breaking news that isn't really breaking news. I missed it yesterday. Ha-Seong Kim, the Rays are already done with him after 24 games. They just released him. So we'll get into all of that and more in today's MLB recap. We recap every baseball game almost every single day, so keep growing the game with me. Leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget that recap is brought to you by SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy, but more on that later. The Mariners are in serious trouble right now when Luis Castillo, one of their better pitchers, is giving up 3-run home runs to Nick Fortes. It just cannot be fun to be a Mariners fan. That was then followed up by an RBI double from Brandon Lau, who's been a machine this year. You had 2 RBI singles from Junior Caminero with a 2-run Yandy Diaz double in between. Oh, and finally, a 2-run moonshot courtesy of Josiah Gray. All of this happened while Shane Baz was enjoying his final smoothie of the summer. He put the Mariners offense in a blender. 6 scoreless, 6 strikeouts. He's elite like every other 3 starts. He's one of the weirdest pitchers I've ever seen. Leo Rivas, I do want to show this for Mariners fans and their sanity. That's his first home run of the season. He has a 375 on base, his first 140-ish plate appearances in the big leagues. That is crazy. The Tampa Bay Rays, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs, but they won 4 in a row. Okay, so the Mariners lost to a hot Rays team. So what? Well, the Rangers are also streaking. They're on the porch, knocking on the door of 6 wins in a row. The Diamondbacks, they're trying to have Seattle's back. They popped off for 3 solo home runs in the first and the second. It was Ketel Marte, then Geraldo Perdomo, and the big fish in that Geno trade, Tyler Locklear. He has -6 DRS in his first 26 games with the Diamondbacks. That is insanely hard to do, I feel like. Anyway, Cody Freeman and Wyatt Langford, they flipped the script with 2 swings. So Cody is the younger brother of Tyler Freeman, who is on the Rockies. He has 6 RBIs his first 15 big league games. Wyatt, he is so close to 20-20-20. That's 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases, and 20 defensive run saves. Blaze Alexander, he's about to take over for Arizona. He's playing center field in this game, and look at the diving catch. And no, Lourdes, he was one of the best players, best hitters in all of August. He's grabbing at his right knee. I don't know what happened, but he was carted off. And again, another guy was carted off in the Padres game. Blaze, the go-ahead RBI triple. Gabby, he had a double right after that. So it's 5-3 Snakes. They're doing it for Lourdes. It's 5-4. Jake Berger had an RBI, and that set up this clutch knock for Cody. Make it 7 RBIs his first 15 games. This is a ball game. Arizona fans, they're probably thinking this is our 2025 season in a nutshell. Lourdes hurt his knee on a web gem by another player. There was a Lockett line drive that deflected off a pitcher for 2 runs to lose the game, and then Sean Armstrong, he had 2 strikeouts and a flawless 10th inning for a 6th save. The Rangers, out of nowhere, have won 6 in a row. They are 1.5 games back of the Mariners for that final wildcard spot. And one more time, prayers up to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. I met him at Disneyland a few weeks ago. Really nice guy. Samuel Basallo is a freak of nature. So the young catcher who just got an extension has a sub 1.9 second pop time, which is crazy fast, and he might have the best bat speed in all of baseball. That is a 2-run double to right field. Again, he's 6'4", 21 years old. He's a freak. Bryce Johnson had 2 more base hits. Bryce Johnson is hitting .345 this year. The Padres, they're already rallying. Luis, he tied it with an RBI single. And Cease, he had 7 strikeouts across 4, but he needed 91 pitches to get through 4, so he's out the game. Morahone is in, and rookie Jeremiah Jackson is out. Former Halo prospect Jeremiah Jackson has been raking. He's basically hitting .340 with 15 runs batted in his first 27 games this year. Ramon, he retired it. Remember, he was an Oriole in the first half. He's been even better since that trade. Now we have the second guy being carted off, Jason Adam. Again, this was a non-contact play here. Something pop in his leg. I guess it was a quad injury. Robert Suarez, he was deployed to try and avoid a full-blown disaster. And Dylan Beavers, he had a 2-run go-ahead single as Luis Arias. He had a fun milestone moment, his 1,000th career base hit, but also he had a rare strikeout to end the game. That's his first strikeout in 15 games. Keegan Aiken secures his 4th save of the year. The Dodgers didn't play, so they didn't have a chance of winning or losing. The Padres are 2.5 games back of first place. This Jays and Reds series is actually shaping up to be one of the most important series of the year for both teams, like season-altering type stuff in this series. If the Jays don't win, the Yankees and Red Sox can get even closer. If the Reds don't win, their season could be over. Look at that sick double play from Elly de la Cruz, and I was live on playback with Kooks46, and everyone was spamming the name Sal Stewart. That's his first base hit, and I see why they're spamming him. He hit .310 with 34 doubles, 20 home runs, and 17 stolen bases in AAA this year. Those are insane stats. Cabrine has been putting up insane stats at home. He literally cannot get out as a Red when he's playing at home. He plates 2 for Hunter Green, who went 6 scoreless. He was tossing 100+ into the 6th inning, but then he ran into a real-life quirk. You know how MLB The Show has quirks? Alejandro Kirk gets a contact boost and a power boost with runners in scoring position and with 2 outs. Both were activated on that swing. Scott Barlow and the bullpen bailed out Hunter Green, so it's 2-1 Reds in the final inning. Oh, he knows when it's gone. He went 4 for 4 in this game with 2 doubles and a home run. He's on pace for almost 210 base hits and 50 doubles. He could become the first shortstop since Xander in 2019 to have 50 doubles in one season. He's about to become a free agent. Daulton Varsho has been denting baseball's left and right. He goes back-to-back. That's 16 home runs and 43 RBIs in 49 games this year. Tommy Nance, he's out there, not Jeff Hoffman. Nance had allowed 2 earned runs his first 19 games. He allowed 2 in this one. Hayes got his 3rd base hit. McClain also got on, and TJ Friedl had a 2-run ground rule. Ground rule. So there's a challenge because it was not ruled a ground rule double. They went to replay. It was called a ground rule double. So McClain had to go back to 3rd base. It is a 1-run double. It's 4-3 Jays. Noelvi Marte called game. I think he was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts coming into that at bat. The Jays, they're just 2.5 games ahead of the Yankees. The Reds, they're 4 games back of a wild card, so they're still very much in it. I think, right? The Reds can actually get within 3 games if the Tigers can beat the Mets here. This is one of those popcorn games, so if you don't have some popcorn or a beverage, get some right now. And then after this game, we'll talk about that rare home run in the Boston Red Sox game. Jahmai Jones, he just ambushed a baseball. He has 5 home runs and a 140 OPS plus for the Tigers after a 4-hit game in this one. Luis Torrens, he's had a torrid week. He had 3 more base hits and 2 more RBIs. He has 10 of those his last 6 games. Wencel Perez, the Tigers are now up 3-2. And it stayed like that for all of like 10, 11 minutes. Juan Soto's 36 home run is a grand one, a grand slam. He has 36 home runs and 2 stolen bases. He's 2 walks away from becoming the first player since 1999 to have 35 home runs, 25 stolen bases, 115 walks in a single season. The last 3 players to do that, Chipper Jones, Jeff Bagwell, and Barry Bonds, 3 Hall of Famers. If that doesn't scream Juan is a future Hall of Famer, I don't know what else will. The Tigers are tigering. McKinstry, he's laying out his 11th triple of the year, and like I said, Jahmai, he had a big game. It's 6-5. Shamanai has a 5.5 ERA this year. He's been awful. Stanek, he missed his pinpoint, so that ball got away. It is 6-6. But again, though, it didn't last because Juan Soto, he chopped one down the line. He wants 3 bases, and he gets it. A 2-run 3-bagger. It's a 6 RBI game for the future Hall of Famer. He has 11 home runs his last 24 games with 27 RBIs. Each team, they got a few more. That's why Edwin, he's out there for the save opportunity. He has 25 saves and a 1.8 ERA on the season with 81 strikeouts in 53 innings. And that was actually a milestone save. He has 250 for his career. The Mets, they stay 4 games up on the Reds. All right, I lied about talking about the Red Sox game after that, but we have a second 10-8 ball game. Bryce Terang, who had 10 home runs in the month of August, is starting September with a 433-foot moonshot. He has 17 home runs and a 125 OPS plus. Blake Perkins, he's been awful offensively, so it's cool to see him score 2. William and Yelich. Yelich is just ahead of the throw. Caleb Durbin, he crushed his 10th of the season, so he enters the 10-10 club. He has 10 home runs and 12 stolen bases with a 330 on base. That's pretty good for a light-hitting rookie. Bryce Harper, could you imagine if he never got hurt? Bryce has 30 extra base hits and a 970 OPS his last 46 games. I wonder if Miz was a Harper fan growing up because he was smiling like, oh my God, Bryce Harper just went yard off me. He's been really bad since the break. Trey, he showed that with an easy 2-run triple. Miz has 36 strikeouts in 22 innings, his last 22 innings, I should say, so that's disgusting, but he has an almost 7 ERA in the second half. Bader, he has 7 RBIs so far as a Philly on his 5th double, make it 8 RBIs and 6 doubles as a Philly. He's batting like 310 or something like that with an almost 140 OPS plus. Bryson Stott, my friend, had a lefty-lefty clutch double to push it to a 2-run lead. Isaac Collins, he peppered one to Trey. Trey has been platinum. Oh my, he missed it. That would have been the 3rd out. Instead, it's a game-tying 2-run single, and now we have an ejection coming up. So JT, in my opinion, he did a 100% swing. It was called a check swing. Pat Murphy, obviously, he's going to get heated and ejected. That got Stubbs to second base because it was a walk, and now Stubbs can score on a Brandon Marsh 4th base hit of the game. Bader made it 9 RBI so far as a Philly with another RBI. Johan Duran has 25 saves on the season now in the Phillies. They're officially in the 80-win club. That was just a crazy game for the Brewers because after that, a few minutes later, Kepler, he had a check swing that was actually called a check swing in the crowd. They erupted, so they were trolling the entire umping staff. And also in that game, or maybe it was the day before, Shelby Miller felt a pop in his elbow. He's had a ton of strikeouts since being traded, but also he hasn't been great at limiting runs. But this comes after Trevor McGill had a flexor strain. They're being peppered essentially with injuries as of late. Jackson Chourio just came back and he looked a little bit hobbled in his first game back yesterday. They're 7-9 their last 16 games. Can they make a deep playoff push or not? We have a balk to kickstart this Cleveland and Boston game. What was this game? So a cleat got stuck in the dirt. Romy the homie is what they're calling this guy. Romy Gonzalez, he knocked in Alex Bregman. And then the Guardians, they bounced back with quickness. They had a 3-spot CJ Kafis. He lined in 1, and Rocchio, he bounced it through for 2 more. Trevor Story then reset the score in the bottom half. Boston had 9 base hits off the rookie Parker Messick, who was not sick in this one. He goes 3 2/3 before getting pulled. Carlos Narvaez, he's in for the lefty Nathaniel Lowe. He's in there with the bases loaded, and that right there ripped my heart out. A 2-run single. Trevor Story, he then lifted his 23rd home run for his 86 RBI, but look at how it left. It's a rare 0 out of 30 home run, so in no ballpark, according to StatCast, should this baseball have been a home run. Big Christmas, Jhonkensy Noel, he reached for it, and it slightly ticked out of his glove and hit pesky pole, which means it's a home run. If it hits the pole, it's a long ball. It's a 306-foot home run, the second shortest non-inside the park home run ever. Well, maybe not ever. Polo Grounds was a thing, but look at Kyle Manzardo with his 11th home run since July 12th. He has a 920 OPS since that point. Lefty too, and we have more lefties. Aroldis Chapman, another hitless appearance. I mean, this guy's been insane. 28 saves on the season. He has not allowed a base hit in 46 batters. I think that ties an MLB record with Yusmeiro Petit, 46 in a row without a base hit. How do you even do that? We're at the halfway point of the recap, so if you guys haven't already, be sure to leave a like, and if you've watched this far, you probably want to watch more. Hit that subscribe button, and also don't forget to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save 20 bucks off all of your tickets, and on Underdog Fantasy. If you deposit $5, they're going to give you 50 bucks instantly. You're welcome. From the Red Sox to the White ones, I seriously could not fathom how many home runs Colson Montgomery would have if he had been playing since opening day. He has a home run in back-to-back games, so he has 16 his first 47. Don't forget about the 7 defensive run saves and 14 outs above average. Chase Mydroth, yet another rookie Sox hitter going yard. He has an amazing eye, and he has 5 outs above average on defense. Skipping to the 6th, it's 4-2 because they both scored a few. Royce Lewis, he started the comeback for the Twins. That's his 10th home run. Buxton, he lifted a sac fly. And Brooks Lee, he had a go-ahead RBI. He has 21 RBIs his last 31 games. He does have bricks for hands, or maybe he's just got a lot of throwing errors. He's got like negative 14 DRS or something insane like that. Brooks, no, not Robinson. Another Brooks in this game. Baldwin, he and Mike Tauchman doubled to steal their lead back as Jordan Leisure, he converted his 5th save of the year. The White Sox, they just barely take it against the Twins. That was the Chicago team. Let's go find another. Let's see if the city can go undefeated in today's recap. Michael Harris, he keeps putting the Braves on his back. This is a 2-run single after Ozzie had an RBI in the first. Ian Happ then interrupted the fun for Braves fans with his 19th home run. I really think that Ian Happ is going to get to 300 doubles, 200 home runs, 100 stolen bases. He might win 4 or 5 Gold Gloves, and it's kind of crazy he won't even sniff the Hall of Fame. He's kind of the modern Nick Markakis, although Nick, it's not like he's from the 1930s. Michael Harris is up again with 2 on. He secures a 4 RBI game. I thought that he actually had it. Nacho Alvarez, he was a monster in the minor leagues, and he traded places with Michael Harris. It's 6-1 Braves, and it's 6-2. Just like a measly little second run from the rookie Matt Shaw. Okay, hold up. It's 6-4 now. Dansby Swanson, he drove in 2 on a double of his own. And check this out. Pete Crow Armstrong, who has 20 outs above average, he ran forever to track that baseball down. And Carson Kelly, just like Michael Harris, he put the Cubs on his back. A 2-run home run to tie it. And now he's about to become Clutch Kelly, a walk-off double down the line. The Cubs, they overcome a 6-1 deficit, and they win after the Brewers already lost. Now, one more note to make about the Braves. They just picked up Ha-Seong Kim. If you guys don't remember, Ha-Seong Kim had 17 home runs and 38 stolen bases back in 2023. He also won a Gold Glove. He is one of the best defenders I have ever seen. He can play multiple spots. Remember, the Rays picked him up. I thought that he was going to be pretty good with the Rays, but they're done with him after 24 games. He's only played 24 because he just cannot stay healthy this year. He's got a really good eye, but the pop has seemingly disappeared. He just doesn't look right. So the Rays said, please, for the love of God, someone take his $16 million player option for 2026. The Braves, they obliged. They said, come on down, Ha-Seong Kim. So you're telling me the Braves could have a bounce back candidate in Ha-Seong Kim with other guys like Chris Sale, Spencer Schwellenbach back from his injury, Spencer Strider, Grant Holmes. Like, the Braves could actually be stacked next year. Remember earlier we talked about how important the J Series is to the Reds? Well, a big reason why is because the Giants are on fire and they're right on the heels of the Reds. The Giants, they get the Rockies, Cardinals, and Diamondbacks. So 3 teams under 500. The Reds, they got to go to the Jays, Mets, and then Padres. So a full-blown gauntlet. Stop yapping, Fuzz, and recap these Rockets. Rafael Devers and the rookie Drew Gilbert, they popped some baseballs out. Devers had to have hit this baseball 964 miles an hour. That is 15 consecutive games for the Giants with a home run. That is the most by any team in baseball this year. Drew Gilbert has 7 RBIs his last 4 games. He pimped that home run off his old college teammate Chase Dolander. Adames had a bases on a walk. Dom Smith made it a 6 spot off the poor rookie Chase Dolander. He had a 2.5 ERA with a 13 strikeouts per 9 in 2024. They rushed him. He only has 15 innings in AAA. I mean, they're just malpractice. The Rockies are malpractice. They should be sued for this. Kai Wei Tang, he had 8 strikeouts and 5 1/3 for the Giants. He dropped his ERA to 7.2. Adames, he had a 3 RBI game thanks to a 2-run tater. He has 21 home runs since June 10th and an 895 OPS over that stretch. The Giants are 8-2 their last 10 games. They're 5 games back of the playoffs. This is a scary game if you're not a fan of the Astros. Luis Garcia, he's back from Tommy John. He struck out Zach Neto for his first strikeout since April of 2023. Altuve, he just keeps on adding to the already insane Hall of Fame resume. He doubled in J.P. Crawford following a second inning Ramon Urias home run. Jose is at 2,372. Is he going to get to 3,000? You guys have to let me know in the comments. Zach Neto, I mean, this is as tomahawk a swing as you can possibly get. He has 25 home runs and 24 stolen bases in 118 games. Joe Adell, the breakout is real. 31 home runs and 84 RBIs. He just turned 26 this year. He still has a prime ahead of him, at least in my opinion. Ramon Urias, he's back to driving in runs. Same with Correa, Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez as well. So the entire core of the Astros lineup drove in runs. And then you have Luis Garcia, who wasn't perfect, but he's back. Lance McCullers is working back as a reliever. The Astros, they are ready for October. I mean, Jose is very ready. He has 24 home runs. They're back to a 3-game lead over the Mariners. 7 different A's hitters had an RBI versus the Cardinals, and the other guys were Jacob Wilson and Daryl Hernandez, my friend, who both had multiple base hits. Just an embarrassing game for the Cardinals pitching staff. JJ Bleday had himself a day. He and Zach Geloff. Let's go, Zach. They teed off in the 4th inning. These two showed some special extra base stuff not too long ago. I'm hoping that they can tap back into it. Ivan Herrera, the catcher, went to Big Mac land. He just turned 25 years old. He has amazing bat speeds and exit velocities and almost 130 OPS plus. JJ, I told you guys, he had himself a day. He almost had 70 extra base hits last year. I think maybe over 70. The A's ended up with 11 runs. Rooker, Sodi, Butler, Willie MacGyver, and Sodi again. His final base hit, talking about Soderstrom, was a 2-run double. He has 81 RBIs. 11 runs without Nick in the lineup is just disgusting. Speaking of disgusting, Luis Morales was exactly that. 8 strikeouts. He's allowed 5 earned runs total his first 5 big league starts. He has a gross changeup, a sweeper. He can paint 99. The A's with a future rotation of Luis Severino, Jeffrey Springs, Jacob Lopez, Luis Morales, that can be really good. There were 5 total base hits in this final game. We have an early ejection, so Andrew Alvarez, he's making his debut, and I guess Xavier Edwards didn't like that strike 3 call after he chopped out. I guess he was still barking mid-pitch. That was one of the quickest ejections I've ever seen. He was ejected the millisecond the catcher caught the baseball. The manager of the Marlins, he was not ejected. He was allowed to stay in this game. He gave an earful to the manager, and I guess he was just really upset at a first inning ejection without any warnings. I feel like I understand that because Xavier Edwards is one of the most important players for the Marlins. Dalen Lyle, his RBI triple was really the only thing worth noting offensively in this game, as Andrew Alvarez, he looked amazing in his debut. 4 strikeouts, he went 5 shutout. And is this good or not in your debut? He allowed 1 single base hit as Jose Ferrer, he converted his 5th save. He has a sub-2 ERA since his 5 earned run implosion in mid-June. The Nationals, when are they going to be a playoff team? And there we have it, another recap in the books. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. And if you want to watch more Fuzzy, head on over to Fuzzy Gaming. I've been posting a lot of MLB The Show. I'll see you guys over there, and enjoy the web gems.
Towards the middle, nice grab by Henderson to get the out.
Lifted to right center field. It's a long run for Baez, and he is
on the ground. Machado picks it at third base, gets up, fires the first in time. Nice 2.
And he whacks that one out to left center, cutting across his Mullins, diving, and